The more I listen to it, the more I feel like Vaal Hazak is not actually a bad guy, but more like a guy that has like a villain act to him. Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc. I'm a music composer for games, and I've been actually having a lot of fun going back to Monster Hunter World and featuring in this channel the themes that for some reason we didn't feature yet. So today we're gonna listen to and talk about the Vaal Hazak theme. Let's go. I definitely remember this one. Dude, this part always sounded so familiar to me. Amazing. It has such a traditional Monster Hunter like syncopation to it. Oh, you know something I didn't remember? The harpsichord on the right speaker, can you hear it? Harpsichord, man, that's interesting. Oh, this song is weirdly. This song is weirdly heroic. I've always thought that this song is weirdly heroic for what Vaal Hazak is. In that way, I feel like it's kind of similar to Namiel in the sense that it sounds unexpected considering what the monster is. I wonder if they made this to actually intentionally throw us off, because you know, the monster looks super scary. Of course that's intentional, they want it to look scary. But then, if you guys remember, the fight is not that hard, first of all. And then you listen to the theme, and the theme is not that scary. There's not enough tension in it, there's not enough danger in it. It sounds heroic and kind of fun. And even other non-Elder Dragon themes, like for example Devil Joe, sound more high stakes and more dangerous than this guy. I feel like they want to throw us off with this. They want to give this guy a kind of personality of a guy that is scary on the outside and looks like some sort of atrocity, a monstrosity, a villain. But at the end of the day, is not such a bad guy, you know. Because also, if I remember correctly, the lore, Vaal Hazak has an important role in the ecosystem of the Rotten Vale, right? He kind of regulates life and death of the entire ecosystem with his effluvium. So, you know, probably not that bad of a guy. I think they're reflecting this in the theme. And also, this second part here, very familiar, sounds very familiar. This one. Doesn't this sound to you like Forest and Hills? Again. Check this out real quick. This is Forest and Hills. Doesn't it sound similar? It's the same kind of traditional Monster Hunter syncopation. I wonder if there's a reference there, but probably not. I think not. I think this is just the Monster Hunter composers trying to keep a consistent style. The Monster Hunter series is not like other video game series where they have the same composers, or mostly the same composers composing for a long time, for decades, in the same series of games. In Monster Hunter, at this point, they have over 10 composers along the history of the series composing this music. So I feel like they have to make an extra effort to keep the style consistent throughout the decades. This feels like that's what they're doing. They're just trying to emulate the classic traditional Monster Hunter combat music style. Yeah, and this is Vaal Hazak again. Dun, 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 dun. And then the harpsichord, man. And they are deliberately here. They're deliberately here in the harpsichord using a Baroque kind of pattern here on the notes. Not only using the harpsichord itself, which is a Baroque instrument, but also using Baroque phrasing. I think this is trying to give him kind of a villain vibe, almost like a cartoony, goofy kind of stereotype because of the, you know, the connotation of the Baroque period with villains like Dracula, for example, you know, the very cartoony, archetypal, Baroque type of villain. I feel like they're trying to give him this kind of vibe here. And pay attention to the Baroque specific patterns that they're doing on the harpsichord. Check this out. It's hard to do exactly what he's doing because he's changing notes a lot, but this is a very traditional Baroque kind of pattern called pedal point. And look how not threatening this sounds at the same time. It sounds heroic. Amazing, man. These strings are so... they stand out so much during the game. Oh yeah. And this is the villain kind of persona shining through, right? The more I listen to it, the more I feel like Vaal Hazak is not actually a bad guy, but more like a guy that has a villain persona to him, that has like a villain act to him. Check out these chords. Check this out. Did you see these chords? Is that the best you can do, Vaal Hazak? Look at this. This is his villain persona. This is his villain moment. It's the most dangerous sounding part of the song. Otherwise, the song is pretty heroic and fun. So this is a not tense chord and a tense chord. So I feel like if this was any other Elder Dragon, if this was like, for example, even like a Souls game, a Souls song, this is the perfect opportunity, like the perfect cadence to do something instead like this. If this was like Bloodborne, this would sound like this. Right? Sad chord into disturbing chord. But Vaal Hazak is a poser. The best he can do is like a non-tense chord and then a tense chord, and then he goes into this, which is a surprising tense chord, whatever, Vaal Hazak, and then into another not tense chord. So he's kind of disguising these not very dangerous, not very tense chords into a kind of villainous cadence by doing this kind of ominous chromatic movement here. And this one in particular, if you do all the chords in sequence, you notice that he's creating this little ominous chromatic descent here, which does sound villainous. It does sound ominous. But when you play all the chords, you notice that it doesn't sound that scary at all. Notice the chromatic descent when I play all the chords. Check this out. Very cool, right? But still a poser. You know, something else that I've been told about this theme. I've been told something super interesting about this theme. Apparently, remember, I even mentioned Namiel at the beginning of the video, in the sense that this theme sounds unexpected for Vaal Hazak. Apparently, there's a huge Easter egg concerning this video and the theme of Namiel, this theme and the theme of Namiel, in which, where if you play both at the same time, if you superpose them to each other, it almost sounds like a duet, like the song is doing a phrase and then the other theme, like Namiel theme, responds, and Vaal Hazak does something and Namiel responds. It almost sounds like they are counterparts of each other. Each theme is like a counterpart. That's very interesting, and some phrases coincide exactly. I'm not gonna explain it here because the other guy already made the video and I want to repeat everything that he said. I'm gonna put the link to this video that I'm talking about that reveals this secret of each theme being a counterpart to each other. I'm gonna put the link of that into a pinned comment. Check it out. Definitely check out the pinned comment with the video on the Vaal Hazak plus Namiel theme. It's very interesting, but also watch my own video that I did recently on the Namiel theme over here. And over here I have a bunch of videos on the music that we already have available to us of Monster Hunter Wilds. So remember, whenever you're ready to spread your wings and go on a music journey again, I'll see you there.